Hello and welcome to Upstage Downstage.
With me, Richard Platt, seated in the upper circle.
And me, Stephen Rees, seated in a cheap seat. This is the Theatre Podcast, where we discuss productions we've seen, things we've liked and may not have liked, giving our complete unprofessional and non-biased opinions.
So grab a brew, take a seat and let's raise that curtain. Okay, so here's Richard, right in the middle of the chaos that is Edinburgh Fringe Festival. This episode I'll be talking about all things comedy, music and cabaret. I'll be picking out some of the performances I've seen. The question is, were there cricket or were there chance for more? Let's find out. Okay, so the first performance I'm going to discuss is the one and only Randy Feltface. This was in conjunction with AEG Presents and stamped down in association with UTA, presented by Assembly Production Company. And what can I say? There's only one Randy Feltface, which technically makes him crucially endangered species. Don't miss your chance to see this Edinburgh Comedy Award nominee deliver an hour of blistering jokes in his natural habitat, the theatre. So, what did I think? I didn't know what to expect, as I didn't know of Randy Feltface or his cult following. And what can I say? A total surprise and a funny and amazing show, with jokes only a purple puppet can make and get away with. Highly intelligent, cleverly written and performed, Randy had everyone belly laughing, and his ability to ad-lib and interrogate the front row was superb. Has to be seen to be believed. If you can't see him live, then give him a search on YouTube. There's plenty out there if you're having a low day and he'll lift your spirits. Just 10 out of 10. The next production is Foil Arms and Hog, presenting their show Hogwash by White Duck and Underbelly Production Company. Ireland's top sketch comedy group with over 500 million online views, the internet sensations return to McEwan Hall to premiere their new show Hogwash. A mix of sketch comedy, audience participation and improvisation. Best reviewed show at the Edinburgh Fringe 2018 and 2019. And they sold out between 2009 and 2019. So, what did I think? This trio never failed to entertain. Cleverly written sketches that hark back to the old musical comedy for the modern age, and improvisation at its best. Starts with all the good intentions of staying on script, but when they go off script, then they somehow work their magic and make each sketch funnier and funnier. Audience participation and simple ideas have the audience rolling in the aisles. Go and see them if you can. A solid 10 out of 10. Next is Laurie Black with her show Disto Piano, and this is part of the PHB's Free Fringe. Fresh from a UK tour supporting Adamant, Laurie Black invites you for a knees up around the piano. Microcorg. Jump-starting musical comedy into the future with synths and sick beats. She's described as the love child of Victoria Wood and Gary Newman. So, what do I think? Laurie is a great talent and classically trained musician who shows her calibre as a great songwriter with surreal synth sounds, great vocals and ideas. To see such a talent on the Free Fringe was a joy, and Laurie shows she enjoys every minute of it, with little fun and thoughtful surprises throughout her set, including miles of red bunting out of her knickers. Just one of the very memorable moments of this great talent. A strong 8 out of 10 for Laurie. Next is Cirque Alphonse presenting their show Animal. This show is billed on Cirque Alphonse takes us through a series of surreal farm fables served up with a touch of irreverence, impressive virtuosity and the company's familiar comic touch. In this reinvented agricultural world, the farm is turned upside down yet again. The Cirque Alphonse clan have favoured its multidisciplinary approach where circus, song, dance and theatre all come together, driven by original live music, an irresistible mix of trad and soul that the troupe calls agricultural funk. A production for young and old alike. Animal is the farm gone haywire. So what did I think? A circus company that I've not seen before, and wow were these great, showing that whatever age you are you can be part of a great circus. This felt like a great circus family who were very talented and performed, showing various skills from throwing oversized cowbells, dancing chickens and an uncontrollable bucking bronco. Set on a farm, this was definitely a great show and there were definitely no lame ducks performing here. I'll definitely be looking out for Cirque Alphonse in the future, an 8 out of 10. Next is An Evening Without Kate Bush. This is by Sarah Louise Young and Russell Lucas, presented by Assembly Production Company. Howl the Hounds and Dance on the Moors. Kate's not there, but you are. Following its sold-out 2019 Fringe premiere, touring and a Soho theatre season, this smash hit awards show returns. Sarah Louise Young and Russell Lucas play glorious homage to the music, fans and mythology of one of the most influential voices in music. You don't need to be a Kate Bush fan to be transported into something very special. So, what did I think? A great show and performance from the talented Sarah Louise. I felt like I had been transported to a surreal world of Kate Bush, and definitely a great show. I feel welcomed in with open arms, with the fun and moments of comedy and audience participation that were just right for this performance. I give this an 8 out of 10. Okay, so now I'm talking about Jolly Boat, which was part of PBH's Free Fringe. Cult hit Jolly Boat present their best comedy songs from 10 years as one of the biggest shows on the Free Fringe. Arrive early, this show is expected to sell out daily. So what did I think? Well, never seeing these parody brothers, I didn't know what to expect, but I thought they were really funny and write great fun parody songs. If you get a chance to see them and want a great laugh, then make sure you do. You won't be disappointed. It's an 8 out of 10 from me. Now the next is a little bit of comedy called Love and Sex on the Spectrum by George Steeves as part of the Laughing Horse Free Fringe. And what's this one about? Well, an atypical romantic comedy that explores all of the awkward firsts that come with dating, sex and love from a late bloomer's perspective. Being on the autism spectrum is challenging enough, now add dating to the mix. There's quite a learning curve. Experience all the lessons and laughs along with the do's and don'ts on how to be your most authentic self and truly love yourself at the end of the day. So, what did I think? George does well in exploring and explaining his journey through love and sex on the spectrum, with funny moments and renaming the men he meets on the way after famous boy band members gives some good humour and a good laugh for the afternoon. And being on the Free Fringe is definitely one to go and see. A respectable 7 out of 10 for George. Okay, so next I'm going to discuss the circus performance Rebel. This was by Highwire Entertainment as part of the Underbelly Circus Hub. This was a live circus rock tribute to the original Rebel David Bowie. Stave dived into the mosh pit for a night of live music, glittering glam rock, phenomenal acrobatics, breathtaking aerials and spectacular heart-stopping sideshow, combining music and circus, bringing to life an incredible body of work that spanned over 50 years with an aesthetic that inspired generations. So, what did I think? In concept, I thought this show was well thought out and had the makings of a great show. However, I do think it was a little one-dimensional and some of the circus acts weren't necessarily perfectly performed, with some elements predictable and didn't always go to plan. I just felt as though the show lacked a little confidence in the performance. However, I enjoyed it for an afternoon show, but it didn't pull up any roses. It's a 6 out of 10 from me. Finally, I'm going to discuss Fruit Flies Like a Banana by the Fourth Wall Ensemble as part of the Gilded Balloon production company. 3 performers, 20 plus acts, 60 minutes. Music, theatre and dance collide in this madcap variety show. Praise for their deft choreography, the Fourth Wall combines stellar musicianship with daring physicality to make the music leap off the stage. Music by Chopin, played while riding hoverboards, Satie performed while upside down, Joplin on plastic tubes and tangos where musicians are also dancers. Audiences choose the show order in this fast-paced vaudeville experience that's a favourite across America. Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. So, what did I think? This show was clever in its construction and the trio are undoubtedly talented. Great musicians and performers with an audience participation select how it goes performance. I did find the show a little lacking, however, as pace-wise it felt a little repetitive and maybe some twists and turns could have been added to enhance the show. Overall, I enjoyed the show and give it a 7 out of 10. So there we are. That's my coverage of comedy, cabaret and circus at Edinburgh Fringe Festival this year. I hope you found it insightful, if not entertaining. Coming up over the next few episodes, me and Stephen resume our normal programme by discussing the new musical Identical, Brief Encounter and the clothes they stood up in.
That's it for this week, folks.
If you'd like to drop us a message, please email us at upstagedowstagepod@gmail.com. Remember, you can always join in the chat to share with us your views on a production.
Also, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you get every episode the second it's released. And we hope you join us again for another instalment of Upstage Downstage.